Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2-minute warning. Looks like we have 9 of you out there in the chat live waiting for the show to start. Thank you all for being early. I want to say thank you to Biggles Mets for your super chat. And I am glad this is a good day for you, my friend. We all deserve a great day every once in a while, if not every day. Is the mic working? Fantastic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thank you for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. Thank each and every one of you for arriving early. I really appreciate the support for the show. We do have the 2-minute warning that we do here, a little bit of a sound check to make sure my mic is working, which it seemed to have been this morning. Thank you for the super chat, as I mentioned before there. I really appreciate it. To each and every one of you that are here and you contribute to the channel, it makes a huge difference. It allows me to contribute to others, which I love to be able to do. Again, hail to each and every one of you that showed up. Hey there, RC from the NYC, Brightest Day, Lord Thoth, Parrot Head, Roger the Shrubber, Stormheart, Ice and Keel, Biggles Mets, and Rob Altus. What's going on? Eric Winberg with a $2 super chat. You nailed it for the sound check. We also have M. Dastardly and Keely Chow. Roger H. What's going on, my friend? Yvonne Solomon, Kashi Queen, Tox Fox, and so many more. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. It's just because I only have a limited amount of time to tell you about all the stories that we have to talk about today. And we do have quite a few. Well, let's get into one you may have already heard of. I sent this over to Tom early in the evening yesterday, I should say. And then, of course, is Star Trek Strange New World crew members have been quarantined after one of their guest stars tested positive for the thing. Production's not impacted because they didn't interact with a whole lot of people other than some people associated with a fitting. So those that were there for the fitting have been isolated, of course, congruent to what their policies are, I should say. This isn't going to do much to what's going on with the show. They'll shoot around that and work with it from there. This is going to be something that happens from time to time if people are going to react this strongly to stuff and haven't been properly, stuck in the arm with the thing that helps prevent this stuff for most people. So there you go. Anyway, moving on. We have, of course, Disney Television turning down incredibly well-written scripts for not being inclusive enough, a senior executive says. This story is everywhere now, and this is kind of an odd thing. We're seeing this happening on a consistent basis where they're turning down actually good stories because they don't meet this ridiculous test that's been established that, has to have two women talking about things that aren't men in a hallway somewhere. which is total crap, amongst other little litmus tests that they put in place to decide if the content is inclusive, which is a bag of hogwash. I don't know how you're going to meet standards like this when two men are on top of a mountain, like, let's say, Brokeback Mountain, maybe. I don't know. This is a weird place to be, and Disney, this is a ridiculous statement by this company executive. But if you're interested in this story, it's everywhere and not just on RT. You can find it on a lot of different news sources. Of course, we need to move on. Reuters is going to put all of their news here very shortly behind a $35 a month paywall because they want to court business professionals. In other words, they're not making enough money to support the news that they provide. So, because they sell out their news services to others, they're looking for another source of revenue. This isn't the reason that they're doing this. And you're going to start to see more and more of this as the digital media landscape starts to shrink and is owned by fewer and fewer companies. They're going to have to justify a way to stay in business. This is one of the ways to do it. And like I always point out on a day-to-day basis, this is not going to be successful, and for very many reasons why. Again, comes down to you're not appealing to anyone anymore because they don't believe you. Moving on, Netflix and Bill. This is a funny thing you can find over on The Wrap. It says that 40% of streaming subscription passwords are resold. And then, of course, specifically they're talking about Netflix here. But this is a growing trend among people that are, in the younger demographics, such as millennials and so on and so forth. There are so many different streaming services out there, and because it isn't against the law to share your password, it's only against the terms of service for the service, you end up with people abusing that privilege. Now, there are people who essentially set up an account. They set up a nice sized account that allows them to have 4 to 6 simultaneous streams, and they sell the 4 other people their access, and it pays for the subscription and maybe make a little bit more. But this is a thing that's happening currently, and it's not just with the youth. Apparently, some of the seniors around the world are doing this as well. Not to mention the fact that you already share your passwords with other people in your family, because it mitigates the cost, especially when you're talking about streaming services that are climbing in expense up to $12.99 and higher. Now you're going to start to see the $20 a month streaming service on the horizon very soon. So just be prepared. Moving on from there, we have, of course, the Nicole Kidman transformation into Lucille Ball. I thought this was particularly interesting. I really actually enjoy the idea of her playing this character. I think she's going to be really good at being Lucille Ball. And she has a series of wigs that she puts on to look that way. In fact, here's a picture of her wearing one of those wigs. And she looks very much like Lucy, just not exactly like, which I don't think is going to be possible for anybody to do. She was very unique or exotic looking at the time. One of my favorite shows. Of course, we also have to move from here because we don't have a limited amount of time. Kings of Leon is set to perform on the first night of the NFL draft. Guess what? Nobody's going to care. Nobody watches that thing anyway. And now that the NFL has gone super seriously off the rails, the less people are going to watch the NFL draft than ever. Finally, Sharon Osbourne is going to appear on Bill Maher's show after her exit from The Talk, so this will be a chance for her to break her silence about what happened there on the set of The Talk with the racial incident. Anyway, beyond all of that, I want to say thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Kashi Queen, for the super sticker, and each and every one of you for joining us today. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene, and until next time. Oh, by the way, check out all of the amazing shows today. Thursday's super busy. Again, everybody have a great day. And bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.